if you don't know, I'm on TikTok, so you should go follow me there too. You know you want to. You know you love me. You know you miss me. You need more of me. Hit me up on TikTok. Hi roomies, this is Roma, and welcome to another episode of Rooms by Roma Interior Design. And today's topic, we are going to talk about the 3 things that I would never get rid of. And this just talks about items that I've had in my home over the years that have moved with me from house to house and city to city, and the reason or the thought process of buying certain things and the quality of those things. So let's check it out. So one of the things I will probably never get rid of is this red couch. So I have had this red couch for maybe 12 years, maybe 15, maybe longer. This was one of the first pieces of furniture I bought when I moved out from home and bought my own place. And the couch itself is actually a day bed. So this actually moves here this way and like this. And I dropped a cushion. So it actually goes like this. Ugh. So it's actually this. But I didn't want this open space here against the wall, so I moved the cushion so it looked more like a sofa, which is a benefit of this couch is you can rearrange the cushions in a way that works for you no matter what space it's in, which is one of the reasons why I kept it. Because as you move around to different places and different areas in your life, and you move to different spaces and you need something in those areas, if you can find a way to work it in the new space and it can be rearranged, it helps. The other place that this has been is when I got engaged to Jim and we bought a new house. This was in the office in my new house. When we moved from Colorado to here, it was in Alexa's bedroom when she was a baby. So we had this next to, actually it was on one of the walls in her room, arranged similarly, different cushions, of course, that were a little more girl-friendly. And this was the couch that we would lay on either in the morning to give her bottle and sing with her, or at night before we went to bed. So that was in her room then. And that's another reason why I keep it, because it just has a lot of memories. I mean, I really like to design around things that evoke memories and things that you just continue to keep you inspired when you see those things. So that is something that I use a lot in theory, or try to in theory, when I design. So the other day, as Facebook has it, shows you those memories every once in a while that come up. And one of the memories was Alexa and Jim sitting on the couch doing sight words. And so they were here in the office, and Alexa was, going through the little sight words with Jim. And it's just one of those things that gives a lot of memories. And, this couch is old. I mean, it is old. It's still comfortable, though. It's comfortable. It's faded. And the other reason I hold on to this couch, it's comfortable. I mean, it really is. And it's a nice space to take a nap and lay on and that sort of thing. Sometimes when I'm working in the office, Alexa will come in here with her iPad and just sit and keep me company. And I think those memories of Jim and just those sort of things kind of bring her back in here and where she likes to sit in here and talk. You know, this couch is faded and it's old and all of those things, but I think that adds character to it. And that is one of the things I think sometimes as a designer we get in our head and we don't always appreciate the imperfections of things. And so I'm really trying to get to a place where everything doesn't have to be so perfect all the time. And I think the imperfections of those things just evoke more character and memories. I mean, it's like, oh, you know, it has a stain on it, but, you know, I'm sure there's some funny story about how you got the stain, or a funny story about how, you know, it got chipped or cracked or whatever. It's just those things that you sort of sit and think about and just go, oh, okay, I remember the story about how this happened. And so that's the reason why I've sort of held on to this for so long. The other thing too is, you know, when I first bought my place, my dad and I weren't on the best of terms, but he came by to see what I had done and given me some money to sort of take care of some things for me. And this was one of the first things I bought. So, I have held on to this for a while. It's in my favorite color, red. And my cousin Morris, when he comes over here, always calls it, oh, you still got Miss Red. So anytime I move, he looks to see what room we've put Miss Red in. And so this is why I've kept it. I really do love it and enjoy it, and I'll probably never get rid of it. And the question was, did I build the office around the couch? And I guess in some ways I did, in some ways I didn't. I knew I needed a space for the couch. I didn't want it in the living room, and Alexa's taste has evolved since she is older, and she, you know, has an opinion and didn't really want red in her room anymore. But I knew I wanted some red somewhere in my house. And I thought if I contained it in a room somewhere, like my office, then I could use my favorite color as I designed. And I thought my office would be a perfect place for that, because then I could see it every day and give me the inspiration and give me some memories. So in some ways, I think we did sort of have this room constructed as the office space, because I think when this house was originally built, which we didn't build, this was supposed to be a different room of some sort, but I knew it would be perfect for my office. And I just felt that this would be the perfect space. So the couch was the main focus, and then the artwork here, and then I sort of designed the other things around the red couch. So that is why it's here, and it will probably be with me forever. I'm sure it's something that if I think it gets too old, I can always have it reupholstered or something like that. Probably still in red, but we'll have to see as things go along. But it's probably one of the things I'll never get rid of. Hi roomies, are you having design dilemmas? I bet you are. You probably just don't know it. It is easier than ever to book a consultation with me online. You can go to my website at RoomsByRoma.com and check out my calendar and reserve a day and time that we can do something virtually, an hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes, whatever works for you, and we can get that set up and taken care of for you. We do have some openings for the end of summer, and if you are looking at getting something done before the season, fall, Christmas, those sorts of things, then just take some time to go there and schedule an appointment, and I look forward to creating with you. And the second item I would probably keep and hold on to forever is this display shelf with the matching storage cabinet there. These were in my husband's office when we were in our old house, before we moved to this house here in Las Vegas. And they were in his office, and of course, arranged differently and a lot less, because he liked a lot less things than I do. And I just felt that this was a good room to put it in because, first, I didn't have anywhere else to put it. And second, it just, I thought, gives this room a little more character and kind of fits the mood and the theme of this room. It also carries in the orange tones from the bedspread and some of the other art and features that are in this room, and the orange that's on the walls in the adjacent room. And so I kind of felt like the orange tones in the wood here sort of brought it all together. The other thing I like about this is it does give a lot of surface area for us to display some things. I know a lot of people probably don't design like this, but this is me. I do like a lot of things, and I like to try and show a lot of different, again, just memories and things that we've had over the years. There are pictures here of me and my cousin and my mom and my aunt and some friends over the years. There's pictures down here on the bottom with my sister and her husband, and some friends that I met throughout gymnastics when I was younger and those things. So these animals came from our friend Joanne that passed away not too long ago. And so those are some things that I keep just for memories. And so these are probably some pieces that I will probably never get rid of unless I just don't have a space for them. But they just, I always try and keep things that I know either have storage, which this does have a small amount of storage in it, or just things to sort of fill what I always say, fill empty spaces or fill empty corners. And these always seem to come in those areas and fit the space really well. So that's another reason why I hold on to them. So I think I've had this piece for about 12 years now, these two particular pieces, and they, like I said, moved from one house to this house, and I think that sort of speaks to the quality of some of the things. When I always talk about some things you should spend a little more money on, I mean, don't get me wrong, these are things that I bought from Home Goods, but they are good quality pieces because they've lasted that long. And we had good movers. And so I think those things sort of help with that. And I don't know, I think it's just, I like the verticality of it, and it sort of brings your eye up, and it, it's a smaller, narrow piece that you can store things vertically. So I think that was one of the reasons I bought it. And then this piece was actually behind a desk that we had that's in the other room, just to give my husband some storage, just for envelopes and paper and that sort of stuff, which I don't use it for that now. But it just shows you the versatility of some of the things. If you buy the right things, you can use it in an office space at some time if you need it. And then if you move, you try and figure out a different way to use it in a different space if you need to. And so now it's in the bedroom. And, when people come, if they have smaller things and they do want some storage, they can store them here. I also have storage next to the bed, so they can use that. And I have hanging storage in the closet. So there's plenty of room for people to have things. And so that is another reason why I try to get some of these items where you have storage and those things that you can use in different areas of the home. And so those are things you should think about too when you're designing, is how many other ways or how many other rooms, if I buy this and we move or transition or whatever, how many other ways or in other spaces can we also use that? So that might be something you want to think about too before you purchase something. And the last thing I think I would hold on to and this is just a general sort of statement, but are rugs. Partly because rugs are expensive. Good quality rugs are expensive. And so those aren't things that you would normally just roll up and toss out. The other thing is you can use rugs anywhere in your home. And through all your different moves or transitions, there's possibly another living room or dining space or living space or bedroom or entryway or something that you can use those particular rugs in. Even if your styles sort of change, if you buy, if you buy rugs that are a good quality or neutrals, or if you are one of those people that decorates with color, if you're still enjoying that color, there's probably a place in your home that you can make that rug work. And so this particular rug is a rug I now have had for probably 11 years, maybe 12. This was a rug that was in Alexa's room when she was a baby. This was the rug that she had in her nursery. And yes, it's a blue rug, partially because we thought we were gonna have a boy at first. And the way that I weaved it into the room in her nursery is I designed a lot of pink around it. And so maybe I can find those pictures and insert them. If I find them, I will do that. But I did have the red couch in here with this particular rug. Her room also had a lot of white, which balanced it out from the white in the rug. And I had some softer paintings that also pulled in all of these colors. So the paintings had blues and reds and white and pink. And so they were very floral pictures. And those colors worked in that particular color scheme and color palette and what we wanted to do in her nursery. And so it all tied together. And so when we moved from our old house to the new house, I didn't have a lot of money to spend on rugs and furniture and a lot of those things. And so I was trying to find ways to recycle some of the things that we had before. And this rug fits this room pretty well. And it also tied into the bed I found because I only had a certain amount of money to spend on a bed. I went with this upholstered bed that matches in here, this blue bed. And it sort of has the same tones. It's not exact. It might look exact on camera, but it's not. They are definitely two different blues, but they tie together because, you know, blues are gradient and you sort of use different colors to sort of pull it all together. If you try and match each blue to each color and it doesn't look the same, it doesn't have the same dimension, it looks kind of flat. So varying your tones of things help bring those rooms together. And so that's what we did in this room. And again, if you buy rugs that are good quality and are natural materials like wool or cotton and those sorts of things, they tend to last a little longer. So you get more life out of them and you can move them from room to room. So that's a tip that rugs can be expensive, but there's a reason for that. It's because if you buy a higher quality rug, they're gonna last you a little longer and you're going to have it for a longer time and you can move it from room to room. So those are things that you should think about when you're purchasing those items. And again, that's something that I probably wouldn't get rid of are rugs. I would hold on to those as long as I can. Well, roomies, that was fun. Those are some of the things, those 3 things that I would never get rid of. I hope you learned something from this and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, go down and smash that subscribe button and the like button and click that bell to notify you when I upload more fabulousness. And I always look forward to creating with you.
One more time.
Not even close.